would say it's better to have roomy garments that you can adjust than have tight garments that you don't have any extra measurement to add, especially along the side. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be all about design ease, but before we get into that, if you're seeing me for the first time, hi, my name is Priscilla. I'm a Nigerian women's wear designer based in the UK, and this video was a request from one of my K-divas by the name Sandy Thomas, asking about design ease, why we add them, and the difference between a garment that has ease and one that doesn't. So if you'd like to find out more about that, make sure to keep on watching. At this point, give this video a thumbs up so it reaches more people on the platform, and let's have a conversation in the comment section down below, because I believe someone watching this video might end up being more experienced than I am. So if you have any tips, suggestions, recommendations to just make this video more rich for anyone watching, please share them in the comment section, and let's get into this video. Now, ease is essentially the room or the difference between your body measurement and the finished garment measurement. That extra room gives you comfort when you walk, when you sit, when you eat, when you breathe, especially with woven fabrics that have zero to no stretch. And ease is something that I learned about towards like the later stages of my fashion design journey. It's something that I didn't even realize was necessary in garment creation, especially when you're making for other people to wear. So the next question I get asked often is, how much ease should we add onto garments? Is it 1 inch? Is it 2 inches? Is it half an inch? Now, I say this is a thing that is very personal, depending on you or depending on your client, or depending on the style of the garment. I, for one, I like to work with half an inch, especially if it's a style that is meant to be fitted on the body. I find half an inch to be really like a good amount, and that's half an inch added along the side seam on my front and on my back pattern. So whether it's for the bodice, whether it's for the sleeve, whether it's for the pants, I find half an inch to be like a very good starting point. Some people prefer 1 inch, some people prefer 2 inches. It just depends on what you like as a person. Some people like to wear clothes and not have it like gum their bodies, so you really have to consider that when you're deciding how much ease you want to add onto your clothing. The key here is you want to have a good and comfortable wearing experience when you have that garment on. So as you're creating your pattern or as you're draping, just have that at the back of your mind of how much ease do I want to add for myself or for this client, to ensure that when they have this piece on, they can actually breathe when they wear it. The third point that I get a lot of questions on is, where do you add ease? What parts of your garment? What parts of your pattern? I would say the first and most important places to add ease is essentially where there's any kind of movement. So you're breathing in and out. So around your chest, you want to have ease. Around the bust, you want to have ease. Around the waist, where you sit and stand up around your hips, you want to have ease there as well. You don't want a case of, this has happened to me before. You're trying to sit down and the garment will just pop on the seams because there was no ease added onto the pattern or onto the piece as it was being put together. Another part that is very important is around the arms. So the bicep, the elbow, those parts are really important when you flex your muscles. Something I realized that a lot of seamstresses do in Nigeria, I don't know if they still do it now, but growing up, I realized they added what they called allowance to the garments. Now, this is just like extra seam allowance that was in there. They'll usually have like 1 inch. And I was like, why would they add so much allowance? But for kids, it made a lot of sense. So as I was growing boobs and I was growing butts, we could easily just go in and open up the garments and add extra ease onto the piece as I was growing up, because for children grow up pretty quickly. You don't have a case of like sewing a new piece every 6 months. So when you are making your garments, when you are making your pattern, this is a tip that you could consider doing. Just add an additional 1 inch. If you know this is a piece that you want to wear for a while, or you want your customer to enjoy for a while, just tell them, oh, I've added 1 inch allowance, because that's what we used to call it growing up. And they know that at the moment, it's fitted to their body, but if a year, 2 years down the line, they feel, or maybe I've put on some weight and I just want to open up this garment a little bit, they have that measurement there to work with. In the West, I've not seen a lot of designers work like that. I know this is something we do back home because a lot of the times the tailors would just cut straight onto fabric. So in order to just cover themselves, they will add that allowance. So if you come for fitting and it's too tight, they can open it up. If it's too loose, they can take away even more. I believe that's the reason why they added that allowance onto the pieces that they made. Now, the last point I would like to cover here is negative ease. And basically, negative ease just means taking away extra measurements, especially when you're working with stretchy fabrics, or if you're doing like corset styles where you want a lot of snatcheroo to happen around whatever part of the garment that you're creating. It's usually around like the button, around the waist or the hips. So if you're working a fabric that is super, super stretchy, I would recommend just starting from half an inch, work your way to 1 inch. The best thing I would say till today, if you don't just want to guess, is take away half an inch from your measurement that you're making your pattern for that stretchy fabric, and then try it on. And if you feel like, oh, it's a little bit too roomy, it's a little bit too loose, you can go back in and stitch away any excess ease that you don't want on the fit of your garment. I always say it's better to have roomy garments that you can adjust than have tight garments that you don't have any extra measurement to add, especially along the side. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these quick sit down videos. I've been enjoying making videos in terms of like pattern tutorials and sit down videos, just sharing ways that we can improve patterns and fits of garments that we already have. So going into the future, we just have this knowledge and this understanding behind our minds when we create pieces. And this is me speaking to myself and speaking to someone watching this video. If you know someone else in your sewing community will find this video useful to watch, feel free to share it with them. I would also really encourage and welcome comments down below, so please leave a comment before you leave this video. It helps this video perform a whole lot better on the platform, and going forward I want us to be interactive on this community. This is a two-way street. I'm not just here sitting talking looking pretty. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you enjoyed. If you have any additional tips about ease that I forgot to mention, share it down below as well. And if there is any other area of garment creation that you want me to cover in this ongoing series of improving garment fit on our bodies, leave that in the comment section as well. And until next time, have a good morning, afternoon and evening wherever you are. Bye.